Welcome to Grammar Talks. Today we will be discussing parentheses and brackets.
Parentheses have been around since at least 1572, and they originate from the Greek word parenthesis, meaning to put beside.
Did you know that when they come as a pair, they are called parentheses, and one of them is called a parenthesis? Parentheses are round brackets. They are similar to commas. They can expand on an afterthought or explanation, add more information to a sentence, and be used as an interrupter.
For example, Susie loves Brussels sprouts, as she ate another one, and she'll eat all the ones given to her. This works because the information in the parentheses is considered as an afterthought.
Jordan Lay, last year's runner-up, is expected to win the long jump finals.
This example works because the last year's runner-up is information that otherwise wouldn't have been included. You could remove the words in the parentheses and the point of the sentence would still get across. They can also be used as interrupters in sentences which can change the style of writing.
An example would be, the new construction worker was gorgeous, and a guy. Hopefully he will become a permanent member of the work crew. In this example, the added information in the parentheses is interrupting the flow of the sentence.
Let's dive right into the uses of brackets. Brackets are the squared versions of parentheses.
Brackets can also be used to clarify, correct, or to further explain what was intended by the original speaker in forms of literature, interviews, and speeches. She, Angelina Jolie, is a very kind person.
This example works because she was defined as Angelina Jolie, and it clarifies what the original speaker was saying. This is useful because the reader may not have known what she was referring to.
In literature, interviews, or speeches, when there's a spelling error or grammatical mistake, the word seek in italics is placed inside the bracket to indicate that this came from the original speaker. Seek, thus in Latin, is short for this is exactly what the original material says.
I really like your seek pants. Where did you get them? Here, the writer of the sentence that we are quoting used the wrong your in the sentence. The seek is placed in brackets right after the error to indicate that the mistake is part of the original material.
Brackets can be used when integrating quotes if the quotation is mid-sentence. For example, a bracket will be added around the first letter of the sentence to make it a capital.
Here is how parentheses or brackets and periods work together in a sentence. The period always goes at the end of the sentence on the outside of the parentheses or brackets. I ate all the pickles in the jar. Or, Rory started at Chilton, a private school. If the entire independent clause is inside the parentheses, only then would the period go inside. I ate all the pickles in the jar. They were quite delicious. You can even use parentheses and brackets together. The square brackets can be used inside the parentheses to indicate something dependent to the dependent clause, just like this example. Timothy and his friend, Daniel Smith, loved to learn about certain trees, cherry blossoms, set out on an adventure to find different oak trees.
Just remember, parentheses and brackets can never be used interchangeably. That's all for today's lesson of Grammar Talks. Hope you learned something.
Till next time!